Okay guys, so in today's video we are going to do our continuation under a cash receipt as well as cash payment journals. So in this video we are going to cover a cash receipt and cash payment journal that has included a VAT. Remember, when we prepare a cash payment journal we have to calculate a VAT input, as well as when we calculate a cash receipt journal we also have to calculate a VAT output. However guys, on the transaction that we are going to go through, it's not all the case where we have to calculate a VAT. So please make sure that you chill, watch this video carefully, understand each and every principle that I'm going to introduce to you so that you will understand how does VAT work. Alright, let's read the information. A transaction of January 2023, VAT is 15%. And all amount that we are going to have here, they have included a VAT. Okay, transaction number 1, sales. A cash sales according to the cash register roll is amount of 15,390. You know that when we receive cash, of course we have to include it under a cash receipt journal. However, because it's a sales and a sales amount constitute VAT, we are going to separate amount of sales and VAT output. VAT output simply means that we are collecting money on behalf of SARS and give it to SARS. Input simply means that we are claiming from the purchase that we have made so that we can reduce the amount that we're supposed to pay to SARS. Okay, now let's check. The transaction that we have of sales is 15,390. Okay, I'm just gonna show the calculation this side. We have amount of 15,390. This 15,390 has included VAT, and this amount of sales, it must exclude VAT, and this one must be VAT amount, and the percentage they said is 15%, which means that, remember on the formula we have to put a 15% on top because we put what we are looking for. Okay, and what we have on the bottom is 115 because instruction said all amount inclusive of VAT. Amount without VAT is 100%, with VAT is 115 because it has included that 15%. All right, so if you do this calculation, you're going to get a VAT amount of 2,007. All right, on the same formula, you can say multiply by 100 over 115 so that you can get amount without what? Without VAT, or you just take this amount minus this one, you're gonna get the same amount of 13,382. All right, under bank now we have to put the total. Of course we were supposed to start here, but I wanted to show you how you should separate amount without VAT and VAT amount. Okay, analysis of receipts. Obviously we are going to write cash sales. Okay, the date is on 1 January. Okay, so under sundry account we are not going to record anything because we have column for sales. All right, number 2, they said made an EFT to pay a wages of 115. Okay, it's cash payment journal, which means that we are going to write 2 January, and then this side we are going to write employees has been paid wages. All right, a bank is going to be a total amount of 115,000. Because we don't have column here for wages, which means that a wages must go to sundry account. Now the other question that you might have is that what about VAT? A salaries does not have a VAT, ladies and gentlemen. A salaries constitute a tax, pay as you earn, is different with VAT. VAT is value added tax, pay as you earn is a tax that is supposed to be paid by employees on their wages, which means that we are not going to calculate VAT in this case, we're going to transfer amount of 115,000 as it is. Simple as that. All right. Number 3, bank charge amount of 230. Okay, is payment on 3 January. Okay, we can just write bank. If you have name of bank, you can name of bank. Okay, then amount is 230 and we don't have anything here. However, bank charge have VAT, which means that you have to do your calculation and say 230 multiplied by 15 over 115. Okay, you're gonna get a VAT amount of 30. Okay, VAT then you said 230 minus 30, you're gonna get 200. This is the amount without VAT, and you write bank charges. Okay, then the following one on the same transaction, a fuel expense amounted to 300,000 has been paid. A fuel expense has been paid, which means that it's cash payment journal. We are not going to write date because it happened on the same day. Okay, we can just say it, fuel transaction. Okay, then after that, then the amount is how much? Is 3,000. Okay, what about VAT? Do we have to calculate VAT for fuel? No, a petrol does not have a VAT. Okay, it's zero rated VAT, which means that this amount of 3,000 is going to be transferred as it is, then it's fuel expense. Okay, and the following one, number 4, they said a received insurance compensation from AA insurer of 27,000. This is cash receipts journal because we have received what? We have received cash, which means that we have to come here. Okay, the date is 4 January. Then we receive insurance from AA insurer. Okay, and the amount of total is 27,000. Okay, we don't have column here, which means that we have to come here and say insurance compensation. And then now the issue of VAT. In this case, we have to calculate a VAT when we receive insurance compensation. Okay, the amount is 27,000, which means that you have to say 27,000 multiplied by 15 over 115. You are looking for VAT amount. So if you do this calculation, you're gonna get a VAT amount of the 3,522. Then amount without VAT will be 23,478. You simply take 27,000 and you subtract this one, you will get this amount. Okay, simple as that. Okay, number 5, sold inventory on credit to TT Enterprise by amount of 280,000. But this inventory has been sold on credit, which means that this is a debtor's control. Is not going to affect any cash journal in this case. All right, which means that in this one we are not going to cover it under this lesson, but if we were doing a debtor's journal, we were going to calculate a VAT for this amount as well because it's sales transaction. Okay, number 6, interest received from B Bank. Okay, we receive interest from B Bank on 6 January. Okay, then the amount is 755. Now the other question is, do we have to calculate VAT for interest? No, they don't charge us any interest for, they don't charge us a VAT for interest. Why? They are trying to encourage people to do a fixed deposit into the banks. So there is no VAT for interest. So which means that this amount is going as it is 755, and interest income. Simple as that. Okay, then number 7, equipment purchase cash amounted to 75,000. Okay, on 7, January, equipment purchase okay, yes, equipment purchase is gonna be cash payment general, and this amounted to 75,000. Okay, we don't have a column, which means that we have to go to sundry account and write equipment. Okay, now let's check this. Do we have to claim? Remember I said VAT input is to claim a VAT from SARS. Do we have to claim when we purchase equipment? Yes, it's allowed. We have to calculate VAT input in this case, which means that the VAT input, you just said 75,000 multiplied by 15 over 100. Okay, let me just show it here. 75,000 multiplied by 15 over 100 over 115, apology. You will get a VAT amount of 9,782. If you take 75,000 minus this one, you will get amount of 65,217. Simple as that. Simple as that. Okay, now let's go to the last one. A rent income amount of 8,500 received from smart tenants. Okay, we receive a rent income on 8 January. We receive it from smart. Okay, amount is 8,500. Now the question is, do we have to calculate a VAT in this case? No, a rent income does not pay a VAT amount unless it's commercial rent, but because this one is a tenant, there is no VAT that we have to do it to calculate. Okay, which means that it's gonna go as it is, 8,500, and we said rent income. Okay, then after that we have to make sure that we totalize every formula that we calculated. So I hope you enjoy and you learn something, and you were able to identify the transaction that we have to calculate VAT and the one that we don't have to calculate VAT. So I hope you learned something, guys. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel. Let this channel grow, guys. I can see that it's helping a lot of people. A lot of people are learning, and thank you so much for your support, guys. I will see you on the next video that we are going to do. Goodbye.